You are born with a spiritual map inside of you. And in this video, I'm going to break down the 3 key components to this spiritual map, so you can begin to learn how to utilize this to awaken yourself more spiritually and begin manifesting your truest desires. And before we get into the 3 key components, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you have not already, so that this channel can grow and reach more of an audience. There's other people just like yourself that need the messages in today's video. That would be much appreciated. Now let's get into it. So the 3 key components to the spiritual map that you were born with are right in your body. And these 3 components are your brain, your heart, and your gut. That's probably already resonating with you on some level, because deep down, your inner guidance system, which I've talked about many times, which is part of this map, is giving you an emotion once you heard that to alert you that that is a true essence. This is part of your true self. This is part of you coming here and rediscovering these natural gifts in this spiritual map that you're born with to really awaken your journey. So let's break down the first key component, your brain. We need our brain, right? But our brain is so much more than what we think that it does and what we've been told that it does. And there's certain brain waves that are natural to our state of being that we naturally tap into but aren't utilizing, that are really going to help and awaken your spiritual journey, as well as a lot of spiritual gifts that you were born with. And it's a huge key component to your evolution and your spiritual map. So in your brain, you have so many things going on, but what I really want to discuss on this topic through your spiritual map is your reticular activating system. So your brain is like a Google search engine. Whatever you want to seek out, you name it, you focus on it, and your reticular activating system will go to work and start pointing out all of those things to you. Haven't you ever noticed when you see a car, or you talk about a car that you like, that you saw, you start seeing that vehicle pop up everywhere? This is not a coincidence. This is how our brain is designed to work. And this is a huge part of your spiritual map, because you can utilize this for problem solving, evolution, manifestation, seeking answers that you wouldn't think to find by using this system and speaking into your mind what it is you're looking for. And it will connect you with people, places, conversations that have the information you're seeking out. This is an amazing tool that we don't utilize enough, or we utilize it by default and we think it's so ironic that these things are happening. But have you learn to hone this power, this tool, this gift that you were given? Our brain waves, the natural states our brains flow in and out of every day, are huge components to how we want to utilize our brain. Because not only can we build neurological networks that will allow us to actually transform our reality, but our brain waves are huge components to using our brain and actually utilizing the natural healing capabilities you have, enhancing the natural intuition you were given and gifted when you were born, and also allowing to enhance your manifestation power, because your body is a physical manifestation of your spirit. Your spirit is forever. Your spirit is eternal. And this is what I mean by your soul, your inner guidance system, your higher self, your inner being. It's all the same thing. It is forever eternal. And we can access the things that we're meant to access here in this physical realm to create what it is we want to create through these brain states. And you're in them every single day. So obviously when you're sleeping, you're in a brain wave, in a brain state called Delta. However, just upon waking, or just before you fall asleep, you're in Theta. And just outside of Theta, you're in Alpha. Theta and Alpha are primary brain waves that we need to access. Now, we naturally access these at least twice a day. There was a study done that when you're watching TV or in a really relaxed state, and even while you're driving, you are naturally in alpha. And this is why I always recommend to people, before you fall asleep, listen to a program. So something that rewires your subconscious, is telling you to be more confident, is helping you quit smoking, is getting you off the sugar, or maybe tapping into your money beliefs. Something you want to listen to while you're sleeping, because if it can enter into your subconscious, it's going to help you make that transformation even faster. And so same while you're driving, if there's certain podcasts or things you like to listen to that you really want to embed deeper into your mind, listen to it while driving. As long as it's not a meditation and going to put you in a hypnotic state, and it's something like a podcast you can listen to, you'll really download more of the information than watching it just while you're outside or while you're on the couch and you got a lot of different things going on that can disturb you. While you're driving, you're in an alpha state. You're in a hypnotic state while you drive. And that's why a lot of the times you'll pass by all these landmarks and all of a sudden you'll get to your destination. You don't even remember driving past that part because of that brain state. These are very powerful. And so in my Ascension workbook, which if you have not grabbed, you can download your free copy at the link below and learn some of the techniques and methods that I have in there for accessing these altered states in your brain. They're very simple. You can intertwine them easily into your everyday routine. So if not downloaded that workbook, do so now and begin utilizing this. When I started utilizing these things, I can't tell you how much my mental health, my physical health just improved by intentionally being in these mental states. And how my intuition came into play with that. I always had a good intuition. But when I started accessing these type of techniques and practicing them, it enhanced them to a whole nother level. I knew what somebody else was thinking while they were thinking it. It enhanced my empathic spiritual gift that I have. If you're an empath, you can really relate to, understanding what someone's going through without them even speaking. You can sense these things. And so it enhanced all of that in a way that I was able to utilize it to better myself, better my creation as a conscious creator. So it's like a no-brainer. Just doing it for the health benefit is miraculous in itself. Now, the way you can really begin utilizing your brain, these states, your reticular activating system, your RAS for short, is through meditation. Meditation is so powerful. Meditation saved my life. And there are practices on how to meditate in the Ascension workbook as well, which you can grab through the link below. Now, there are many, many ways to meditate. And visualization is one of my favorites. Walking yourself through this whole journey. And so you're in somewhere else in your mind. I love it. But one of the most powerful meditations is very simple, mundane, but it will help you take back control of your own mind. And I call this the 5-minute meditation. And you can access how to do that in that Ascension workbook. So essentially what you're doing is you're retraining your mind to quiet itself. And it's not made to be quieted. Obviously, our minds are made to think and go run free with ideas because we are creators. But when the patterns of thought that we have going on, energetically speaking, are not the outcomes that we want to experience, life can be dreadful. Life is not fun. And it feels like you're always having hardships. And the reason for that is those habitual patterns. And so in order to reset this pattern that you have and to create a new one, we have to slow it down, become aware of where we are in these thought patterns. And then when we notice that they're happening, we redirect the energy elsewhere. This will send new momentum. This will send new energy. And things can begin shifting. And that's why it's very powerful to do that practice that I have in that workbook. It's essential to get to the point where you don't need to kind of do that meditation anymore. You'll just catch yourself throughout the day and your mind is going in a direction. And now you can ask yourself, is that the direction I want to flow my energy and my attention to? Because it'll only create momentum. It'll only get greater. It'll only give me more of what I'm already feeling. So, is this something I want? Yes or no? And if it's no, just being aware that it's not is an amazing stage to get to. But then moving forward from there is redirecting it elsewhere. And that's where the true power comes in. Now let's drop into the second key component here is your heart. Oh, your heart, to follow your heart. Your heart always knows the way. Think about that. You might have trouble coming to terms with what your heart is telling you. Your ego may come up and tell you all the reasons why not to follow your heart. And then you start playing the pros and cons, the pluses, the minuses game. But your heart truly knows the direction. That spiritual guidance is following your heart. And this can be hard to do. But be aware how your heart speaks to you in situations. Maybe you're already really familiar with battling, following your heart or not. But this is a true component to your spiritual map, to deepen your spiritual evolution, to find out more of your true authentic self and why you came here, and evolving as a creator and manifesting your truest desires comes from following your heart. Your heart has the strongest magnetic pull of any organ in your body. Our natural energetic field can go anywhere from 2 to 6 feet beyond our body, but our heart can amplify a high frequency, an elevated frequency beyond that, 5,000 times beyond that. And this is why our heart's so important, because gratitude is key to elevating your frequency. A lot of people ask, what is the highest frequency? Is it authenticity? Is it love? I don't like to put labels on things and confuse yourself of which one is right or wrong. What feels good to you? What elevates your frequency? You'll feel it. So whether you want to call it love, appreciation, gratitude, it doesn't matter what you call it. You'll feel when it's elevating you. And when you hold that energy in your body, not only are you benefiting yourself mentally, spiritually, physically, you are benefiting the planet as a whole. The earth is a live, living organism. And so when we elevate that off of our body, the planet absorbs that frequency as well. Now the whole planet is benefiting and the whole consciousness is raising. And that's what we came here to do. Most of us. Because we have free will. We have the option not to choose the path of why we came here. And if you are here, you're probably like me, and you really want to know that path. You really feel called that you're meant for more. You feel this calling within you. That's probably why you were attracted to finding this episode, this video, this podcast, the Dream Creation Podcast, made just for us spiritual soldiers that are here for a mission. It doesn't have to be complicated. Your part could just be here to shed your beautiful light on the planet to help raise the frequency. And so this is what I felt very called to. And this is why your heart center is such a key component to accessing these altered high frequency states. It all was really connected from your heart. Your heart chakra, for those of you that are familiar with our 7 main chakras, there are so many chakras that are actually beyond our body and within our energetic field as well, but the 7 main chakras are all within our physical body. And the first 3 chakras are very physical in a sense for our grounding ourselves on this realm, on this earth, and feeling safe. Our creativity, our sexuality, as well as our identifying who we are, what we give meaning to, and our purpose. That's our first 3 chakras. So your root, your sacral, and your solar plexus. Your heart is the bridge. It is bridging to our other three chakras. And our heart is like the life force that generates high frequency and elevates the vibrations, right? But the bridge to our other three more spiritual chakras, which is our throat chakra and how we express our truth and how we speak up for ourselves, is something that's been blocked in me for a very long time. I had to work through in order to speak my truth and speak up for myself and knowing what was right for me and not trying to people please. And so our third eye chakra is seeing the truth, seeing our path, and getting those intuitive downloads of information that come to us from the higher realms. And so our crown chakra is access to the divine, to the higher realms, that communication and your knowing of all of this. So see how your physical, so if these are blocked, you can't really access your true spirituality and deepen that to that point because you're kind of stuck. And so that's why making sure you know how to work with your energies, work with your chakras can be very gratifying and very evolving to your spiritual deepening, to your spiritual awakening, to your journey here to find out your true authentic self. So your heart, practicing gratitude, practicing those feelings of love. Love, for some, may label it as a more of a negative connotation based on their experience with love, what meaning they give to what love means, right? So I get that. So maybe don't use the word love. If it's authenticity for you, then let that be it. If it's gratitude and appreciation for you, let that be it. But when you can think of a person or something that happened or a place that you feel grateful for, that you got to experience, that you got to be there, and you relive that, that is what's elevating your frequency up. And then you can begin practicing extending that beyond your body, into the room you're in, to the building, to the earth around you, to the plants, to the animals, to the people. And that'll affect them in such a positive way, because you're raising the consciousness around you. So this is why your heart is such a key component. And now your gut. Obviously your gut, you've had a gut feeling before, you followed it, or your gut gets upset. And when we get upset, we feel sick. Sometimes we go to the bathroom or we throw up because of such an energy shift. Because of that drastic pull of energy, that's why it feels so upsetting sometimes to get specific news, or you feel a specific way out of nowhere about something. It's your gut alerting you. Your gut is actually connected to it is your solar plexus chakra, which is connected to your third eye chakra and your crown chakra in this spiritual map. Okay, because your brain is like your crown chakra and part of your third eye chakra, yes. And your heart chakra is your heart chakra. Follow your heart. And your gut is that solar plexus, how you identify with yourself, what you give meaning to here on this earth. Okay? Because we can change our meaning. And when we change our perception, we change our energy, we change our frequency. And then our reality around us shifts. So your gut is a huge component to knowing and following and listening to when you get those feelings. So if you want to know more and dive deeper into your spirituality, make sure, again, you grab your Ascension workbook and don't just read it. Practice these things. If you have questions about it, feel free to reach out to me personally so I can answer them for you. But remember, you are a true, powerful creator. You are born with the spiritual map. Begin to utilize these gifts you are given. Your higher self, your soul is here to guide you through this map. Think of your higher self as that guru on top of the mountain. And think of the aerial view that it has. It can see all the pathways, what you need to avoid, the best way to get there, the funnest way to get there, the most deepest learning you can have to expand your evolution. And here you are, the travel guide on the ground, making your way through the trenches. And your destination is over here, and you think the best way to get there is to go straight. but your higher self knows the best way. It can see things that you cannot see. We have to learn to trust more in our higher self and learn to surrender and let go, because it's our higher self that can align us with all the people, places, things, and circumstances that we need to. But we cannot listen to our higher selves, and we can cut that connection off and feel forever lost, like we're not getting anywhere. So remember, you have endless amounts of guidance surrounding you. Learn to use your spiritual map. You are born with it, so utilize it. You're not going to regret taking the time to understand these components and learning to work with them, because you're just going to expand and evolve, and it's going to feel really good. And so I really appreciate you tuning into this video today. Make sure to give it a like. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future meditations and videos that are going to help you evolve spiritually and manifest your truest desires. And I'll see you in the next video.